Hello everyone! As you all know, there was a big patch that dropped yesterday, which brought significant changes to all classes and gameplay within Diablo 4. I'm just gonna talk about the changes in terms of the PvP player's perspective, so let's get into it. Let me just introduce my gear first. As you all know, there has been a significant nerf to all these stats like cooldown reduction, max fury. I used to have 14.6% and 23 max fury rolled on this, but as you realize, and max total life has been nerfed too. So there's been significant nerfs to in terms of tankiness and all these cooldown reductions and all these extra stats, right? I don't really know what Blizzard was thinking when they're nerfing this because the game felt slow already, but then now it feels even slower and sluggisher. Maybe they will try to balance things out with a malignant pieces that's coming out in season 1, but yeah, I'm honestly not sure why they nerfed cooldown reductions and total armor and all that. But yeah, let's get into it. The same stats rolled on here. I didn't really change my helm. I mean, it could do better on max fury and max life, but this is all I need, and generate fury imprinted on it. Next, my chest gear is still staying the same. Max fury, damage reduction while from enemies that are bleeding, damage reduction from close, and challenging shout. With our iron skin, that iron skin imprint actually got buffed from 25% to 28%. That's good to note. Next is my gloves. It stayed the same, except the imprint. I actually found this imprint really useful in PvP. That 20% increase crowd control duration, it really helps in CC stunning your enemy when you get lucky. And also that dealing 40% more damage to unstoppable. That's a lot better than just more damage to stunned enemies. So yeah, this I found this imprint helping a lot. And next is my pants. I swapped from my last pants. Let's do a real quick comparison. So if you can see, my current pants has it has a higher total armor rolled on it, and of course it has a damage reduction while 45. That's important, and yeah, most importantly, that dodge chance from close enemies. You can get up to 12.6%. Yeah, you want to stack dodge chance at the highest level of PvP because like you just being able to straight up dodge your enemy's attacks is just huge, and I believe you can stack up to 32%. Thank you for letting me know about this information from one of the guys in the comments. And if you look at my next gear, yeah, that damage reduction from distance enemies didn't really help neither. So and strength, I mean, does kind of help, but yeah, it's not as important as damage reduction from while 45 than the dodge chance. So yeah, that's why I swapped. Next is my shoes. I also swapped my shoes. I wish it granted the evade granting 75% movement speed for 1 second. I wish it had that roll, but I mean, I rolled the max dodge chance on it, so it was a no question for me to swap. Of course, it has a 45 generation almost maxed out roll on there too, so it's really important stacking dodge chances. So that's why I swapped. Berserking duration didn't really help, and that 47 strength doesn't really help compared to that 45 generation dodge chance. So if you look at my dodge chance now, it's about 21.9% from close enemies, and if I use potions, I can get that up to yeah, with the elixir I can get that up to about 30%. With a max roll, I believe you can get roll up to 32%. So that means you basically dodge 1/3 of your all enemies' attacks, and that's pretty huge actually. Being able to dodge all those attacks. I'm gonna go over to my weapons real quick. So all these stay the same. No, not really much change. I still use Access because there's crit damage cap. All this. All my rings stay the same. So now I want to go over to my Paragon board. So yeah, just remember that. Yeah, and of course I did swap out these points in the skill tree into more thorns because I found that thorns help a lot against poison rogues because rogues they get health on crit hit, right? And their attack speed is really fast, so every time they attack they are gonna get thorn damage. And of course I switched from tactical challenging shout to strategic challenging shout, which gives you a lot of thorns basically. So yeah, I did take these skill points after taking out those skill points, and because of that my thorns are basically up to, I believe it's like 3,700, yeah, 12. And then if I use my challenging shout, I can basically get it up to, I believe it's like 13k thorns, and that doesn't really help versus in rogues. Yeah, it's like 12k thorns, but yeah, that does really help. So I'm gonna go back to my Paragon board. Didn't really change. Still started from here, and then took Wrath all the way over here. Marshall. I didn't really change. I still am not taking Hunter Kill. I still believe like max life pool is really important to be able to tank that rogue poison damage. But over here, I took this Core Reserve, Warbringer, Hungering Fury, and Fire Resilience, all that, and not much change here. And I also took these three physical damage nodes, and then I took more armor nodes, since I'm sort of lacking armor now. But yeah, it's mostly staying the same here. Yeah, so let me just go over to my PvP tier list. Thank you guys. This is my new build as a PvP Barbarian after patch 1.1. So now I want to talk about the current PvP meta and where HotA Barbarians stand. So as you all know, there has been a significant nerf to the HotA Shockwave. And some people are saying Barbarians are finished or like they're just done in PvP, but that's truly not the case. Because from my experience, I mean, in terms of PVM, yeah, it's been pretty nerfed badly. You almost feel like you're doing half the damage because that Shockwave used to do a lot of damage, right? But in PvP, it was definitely a bit overperforming. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, the Poison Rogue is even more broken, and it's currently like S plus tier. Like nothing beats Poison Rogues in this game. Yeah, even that Shockwave is not going to help with matchup versus Poison Rogue. So I'm just going to say that Barb still beats all other classes other than Poison Rogue. So I can't really say it's a weak PvP class per se. But it's just sad part. There's been just a lot of Poison Rogues because like I honestly don't know why Blizzard is not nerfing rogues in PvP because it's just unbelievably overperforming and just slaying everybody. And Barb was the only one able to compete with Poison Rogues due to that HotA Quake extra damage. But yeah, since that's gone, I mean, it was they say it was unintended damage, but still like that was the only thing that gave Barb's edge against Poison Rogues, being able to sometimes 1 to 2 shot them, right? But now since you have to hit them like I don't know, like 6-7 smashes and maybe get lucky, but like some of the good rogues, they just won't let you kill them. They just run away, right, with their smoke screens and stuff. So it's honestly really hard matchup if the rogue is PvP geared and if it's like end game really well geared. Like I would say, HotA Barbarian almost stands no chance against it. It's just it is what it is, right? But you know, it's still still consider HotA Barb as an S tier. It's been nerfed significantly, but it's still very strong in PvP. It beats all other classes other than the Poison Rogue and the Rogue himself. But yeah, in PVM, it's got some disgusting nerf. I mean, Druid, it's got a couple buffs here and there, but it still feels like an A tier. It still can't beat Poison Rogues and HotA Barb, but I believe Druids can beat all other classes other than Poison Rogue and HotA Barb. So I think it's A tier. And yeah, Mage Necro, I like there's not even B and C tier. I just listed as a D tier because Mage Necro still like they suck hard. They're still very squashy. Their main, I believe that it's because their main stats are ints, and ints grant you resistance instead of armor or like dodge chance or something per se. So it really doesn't help you at all in PvP, especially versus Rogue and Barbarian. Yeah, you need that armor and dodge chance, but yeah, they don't have that, and they just die from a couple hits. So yeah, I still feel like they're D tier after all the buffs. So Blizzard honestly didn't really do much to PvP other than nerfing HotA Barbarian significantly. But yeah, I believe this is sort of the tier list currently. I would say like Rogue is S plus tier. Like I mean, nothing comes close to it now in terms of high end gears. But yeah, if the Rogue is not well geared, then you can still beat it as a HotA Barbarian. But yeah, you stand no chance against the highest level players. Yeah, I just wanted to mention this again before I close today's video. Dodge chance and thorns matter in high level PvP. Like you can max stack up to 32% from close enemies in terms of dodge chance. That's literally dodging over 1/3 of your opponent's attacks, and that makes a huge difference, right? And yeah, I have currently over like 30% if I use elixir, but yeah, try to roll ones over 30%. Yeah, and thorns does really help a lot against rogues because they have a life on crit hit. So yeah, just remember that if you want to compete against rogues, even though it's really hard right now. But like I say, HotA Barbarian is still a very strong class in PvP. It just cannot compete with the highest level of rogues that are basically abusing poison damage. I believe poison damage even got buffed. I couldn't believe that since Rogue was already overperforming in PvP and it was already S plus tier. But like I say, guys, you always have to follow the meta. I have a Rogue as my alt, and I'm not guilty of it because, like I say, like I always follow the meta. If I want to, be relevant in PvP and be competitive, then you have to play the good classes. And I have nothing on Rogues. I'm gonna, make a alt as a Rogue character and try to compete in the end level as well. I'm not just gonna play HotA Barbarian for the entire time that I'm playing Diablo 4. I like variety in the games. I get sick of things sort of easily, but that's what I'm saying. You always have to follow the meta. That's why I'm not complaining. I think it was a bug fix. I think it was a fair game, even though it was a huge nerf. But I almost thought that they were gonna give a little bit of buff to the actual HotA damage if they were just gonna nerf the shockwave damage by that much. But I guess that didn't. But don't be like discouraged, guys. Like some of you are saying like Barb is done forever or whatnot, but it's really not. I believe malignant pieces will change things, and of course the seasons to come, the balance team might change things. So always stay hopeful. And yeah, thanks for watching today's videos, guys. I will catch you on the next one. Bye.
I appreciate that. Till our roads cross again. Thanks. Not ready yet. Can't lift more. Not ready yet. Not ready yet. Not ready yet. Ready yet.